Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk About Singing. My name is Marco. I'm a singer, songwriter, vocal coach from Italy, living in New York City. We're here with another reaction and vocal analysis today. Maneskin just released a new song called Honey, Are You Coming? And I cannot wait to hear it. We're just going to listen and go through everything that happens in the song musically and especially vocally. Before we continue, I want to remind you that if you want to book a free consultation, teaching session, coaching session with me, just send me an email at let's talk about singing84@gmail.com or find me on Instagram at perfectmark.music and send me a private message. But now, honey, are you coming? Let's see.
Honey, are you coming?
Woo! Ha
I know a place downtown, baby, if you wanna go, I'm gonna show you how this Italian amor is gonna love you harder than ever before. You will like it. We're gonna get sky high and create a new world where somebody might die, but nobody gets hurt. And if it sounds good for you, baby, just say the word. You will like it. It's Friday,
Okay.
and it feels so good, it's almost frightening.
Come on, head voice.
It's Friday, and I made
Nice.
for you, we can't deny it.
Ooh.
Where it never closes, meet me there where it's never hopeless, always fair in love. Honey, are you
Ah.
me there where it never closes, meet me there, I'll give you roses, always fair in love. Honey, are you Before I found this place, I was feeling so
Yeah.
blue, but then it turned me out, let it do it to you. It's not a one night stand if it turns into two. Oh, I like it. It's Friday and we feel so good, it's almost frightening. Let's try again. I don't deserve you, you're a diamond. Meet me there where it never closes. Meet me
Nice.
there's always fair in love.
Woo.
Are you coming? Meet me there where it never closes. Meet me there, I'll give you roses, always fair in love. Honey, are you coming? Honey, are you coming?
Damn. All right, all right, all right. Ooh. This is so cool. Damn. They're so rock and roll. Damn, these new songs are so short. Like, I would have loved a bridge and another chorus. Like, I don't know what you think about this, guys. Don't you think that a lot of contemporary songs, pop and rock, they're just too short? I love a good bridge. I miss a bridge. Give me a bridge and give me another chorus. I don't care. Make the song 3 minutes and a half. That's fine. It's just like, what, 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Damn, I kind of want more. I want more. All right, there were so many good things, so much to go through. Let's just start from the beginning. The first thing to notice is that the song starts with the chorus. This is not an unusual thing. It happens in a lot of pop rock songs. You start with the chorus, but notice one thing. In this case, the chorus that we hear is not the actual chorus. You have the vocals on top of the guitar riff, but you also have them filtered with an effect that makes them sound like muffled, like as if they were far away, almost as if the music was coming from a radio. Pay attention. You hear? That's the same guitar riff that will show up later. But then what happens? The honey, are you coming, which is the catchphrase, kicks in loud and clear, and it becomes immediately recognizable right away from the beginning. That's very, very clever. And it actually comes in with no instrument so that you can just hear that catchphrase, that it's the one that you will repeat over and over throughout the song.
Honey, are you coming?
Boom. And there you go. You have the band kicking in and the song starts right there. This is a really good writing and production technique, meaning you give away the chorus right away, but you don't give it away completely. You give away an idea of the chorus. If this is your first time listening to the song, you don't even know if that's actually the chorus. You show it, but you don't show it clearly. You show it with that effect, a little muffled, and then with that sudden breakdown, the catchphrase kicks in, and then the band kicks in, and it creates this like anticipation. It makes the entrance of the band even more exciting. It makes it more like, whoa, it feels like something has just hit you. I like the guitar riff a lot. I actually like the guitar tone a lot. I think Thomas is definitely experimenting with different guitar sounds. It's still them, but it's something new and different. I like when artists can have a recognizable sound, both in terms of actual sound quality, but also writing. And somehow they can bring in something new that feels new, but at the same time recognizable. I don't know if you understand what I mean and if you agree with this. This riff is really, really cool. It sounds to me like kind of like 2000 indie rock. Now, in the verse, Damiano does a very, very cool thing at the end of some phrases. At first, I was kind of like thrown off by it. I was like, did he just do what I think he did? He does a little chromatic descending melody. What do I mean when I say chromatic? Chromatic means that he's hitting all the semitones between one note and the other. Pay attention to where it happens.
Place downtown, baby, if you wanna go, I'm gonna show you how this Italian
Da da da
is
da
gonna.
da 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 da. So he's doing like G G flat F E. Very interesting. You don't hear a lot of chromatic melodies in current pop and rock. I like his little like it. Those are actually kind of hard to do because he's doing da 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 da. They're half steps. So again, like just a semitone between the two notes, and he's doing it in a sustained way. When you're singing, trying to do those things is actually kind of tricky because as you do them, you might tend to go a little flat if you're trying to sing the song. Pay attention to like trying to make everything stable. I love that he says Italian amor. I love it. I feel like this Italian pride, this remarking the fact that they're Italians, actually saying it in the songs. It's something that is showing up in some songs, right? And I think it's at this point part of their trademark. Like, we are Italians, and because we're Italians, we are good lovers. This has shown up in Mamma Mia as well, I think, and other songs, right? I find it very entertaining, especially as an Italian guy. Now, in the pre-chorus, we have a switch up register. He jumps into falsetto, and then he comes back into full chest voice. He does it twice. But there is one little thing that I want you guys to pay attention to. Let's see if you notice. Something that happens right before the switch.
It's 5 a.m. We feel so good, it's almost frightening. It's 5 a.m.
So he doesn't go straight to the high note. He kind of leans on a lower note in chest and then uses that to jump up. It's 5 a.m. He jumps up an octave. So this is actually something that happens a lot when people try to switch into falsetto very suddenly. It is a little easier to start from the lower octave and use that as some kind of trampoline to jump up to the higher note. One thing that I really love about Damiano's voice is that distortion that he has, and it's really cool to hear that distortion even in his falsetto. It's kind of like breathy. There's a little bit of distorted sound around the falsetto, and it's probably because of that irregular vocal cords that he has. He spoke in an interview about the fact that a laryngologist told him that his vocal cords are irregular. The shape of the cord is irregular, which sometimes happens that can give a distorted sound or breathy sound. Now, going into the chorus, one thing that we can notice is that the melody is actually lower than the melody of the pre-chorus. That's kind of unusual in pop and rock music. there is usually a tendency to create some kind of crescendo towards the chorus to build the melody and have the chorus being the highest of them all. In this case, I think it's an unusual choice and it actually works because, again, it creates an anticipation, but then it doesn't really fulfill it and it keeps you like wanting more. But then this chorus is actually really, really cool. Melodically, it kind of reminds me of like the Killers or even some British rock. Vocally, the production is very interesting. There's a lot of vocal layers. It's not just one voice, not just one track, one take. There's a lot of layers on top of each other. But then notice one thing. In the first part of the chorus, up until the first "Honey, Are You Coming," there are, yes, different layers of vocals, but they are all in unison.
And at night, meet me there where it never closes. Meet me there where it's never hopeless.
But then in the second part, which is melodically exactly the same thing, we have harmonies kicking in. Pay attention.
Honey, are you coming? Meet me there where it never closes. Meet me there, I'll give you roses. Always fairy love.
That's actually a very, very common element in contemporary music as well. There is a repetition of something, but it doesn't feel repetitive because inside the repetition, you add a new element that, even if it's not that evident, it still makes you feel like there's something new, even though it sounds the same. So the repetition helps because you memorize the song better, but it doesn't bore you because it's the same but with a new element. In the second verse, we have a typical Maneskin thing: bass, drums, and vocals. This happens in a lot of songs. It happens in Mamma Mia. The drum pattern changes from to chun to chun to chun to chun to, which in music we call four on the floor. Again, very typical of Maneskin to have a four on the floor with just bass and vocals.
When I found this place, I was feeling so blue, but then it turned me out. Let it do it to you. It's not a one night stand if it turns into two.
I love that Damiano here is kind of like talking with this very cocky attitude, almost punk. I would say this is actually very punk, this way of delivering vocals like this. It's something that we've heard in Blah 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 already from the album, but in this song, it works very well, especially with just the drum and bass. I think it's a very cool choice.
It's 5 a.m. We feel so good, it's almost frightening.
Same exact pre-chorus, but there are harmonies now. Again, introducing new elements in something that we've heard already. And so, speaking of that, what happens in the second chorus? Something really interesting. We have a breakdown. You're not expecting it because you're going, going, going. There's this like rhythm, and then all of a sudden, everything breaks down. All is left is the vocals with that, again, filter that makes you feel muffled, that makes you feel as if it was a radio, right?
Don't deserve you, you're a diamond. Meet me there where it never closes. Meet me there where it.
And so what's happening? And then when the band kicks back in, it feels as if it was kicking in even harder, even if it's not. And this breakdown happens with the same vocal filter that was used at the beginning. So there's like a connection between what we've heard at the beginning and now everything makes sense, right? There's a link. And then in this chorus, we have even more vocal layers, even more harmonies, and Damiano is singing some ad libs. They're like harmonies, but they're higher pitched, and they basically work as ad libs. Really, really high. Whoa! He's hitting a B flat 4. And then at the end, we have just the riff again and the catchphrase, honey, honey, are you coming? Boom, and it ends right there, keeping us wanting for more. I think this is a really cool song. I think it's very rock and roll, very indie, early 2000, but also very pop in the way it's written and produced and constructed. This sounds like probably the most mainstream thing they've done in terms of sound quality as well. I don't know if you agree. Let me know if you agree in the comment section. I mean, these guys just keep growing and getting better and better and achieving a sound that it's very contemporary and very classic at the same time. They can blend different elements together so well. I really think they're doing a good job. And this is a very cool song, and I just want to hear it again. And I wish it was longer. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this analysis, and let me know if I forgot something, and if you have some opinions about it in the comment section. Let me know if you're Maneskin fans, if you like this new sound that they're going towards, if you prefer the old sound that they have. Once again, I want to remind you, if you want to book a free consultation, voice class, coaching session with me, send me an email at letstalkaboutsinging84@gmail.com, or find me on Instagram at perfectmark.music and send me a private message. If you like this video, please leave me a thumb up and subscribe. This is Marco. Let's talk about singing. Ciao.